Hello, this is Jim Sutton with Stone Tablet Innovations. We're going to do video blog number 7 today, and this is connecting the Espressif ESP32 to a Wi-Fi router. So to do this, we're going to be using a Windows 10 computer to download code onto the ESP32. A prerequisite is installation of the Espressif Development Framework, and that's shown in video blog number 4. And this video follows the steps in the Get Started Espressif tutorial, and our target hardware is the DevKit C. We're going to move a little quicker in this example execution video, and that's because we just completed videos 5 and 6, which are Hello World and Blink, and we went into more detail on some of these steps for how to build a project, connect a device, configure, and do the monitor. So we're going to move through that fairly quickly and show how it actually works. Okay, so we're going to start by making our directory. And ESP examples has the provided examples. We're going to do the Wi-Fi station mode example, and that's in the Getting Started subdirectory. So I'm going to copy that. And we're going to go and paste it into my project directory. And I'm going to rename that because I like things in the same order. So we're going to do 03 underscore Wi-Fi station. And so we've got the code in there. So let's go ahead and get started with the opening the development framework. And so now we're going to do change directory STI projects, where I've stored my copies of what we're working on, /03 underscore Wi-Fi underscore station, and idf.py set dash target ESP30. Let's go. I like caps. ESP32. So this will go pretty quickly. Again, we only have to do that once. Now I'm going to do idf.py menuconfig, and this will launch that little menu configuration tool. And this time we're going to go down to the example configuration, and I'm going to hit enter. And it's going to ask you, I don't know, it might be a little difficult to read. It says my SSID, that's the Wi-Fi SSID, and this is where I'm going to hit enter so I can enter it, and it's going to ask you to enter it, and I'm going to pause the video just for a second while I enter it. All right, so I just entered it, and now I can go down to the Wi-Fi password, and I'm going to get rid of the words here and type in my Wi-Fi's password again. I'm going to pause for a second to put it in. Okay, so I put in both the Wi-Fi password and SSID, and so I'll hit save, which is the S, and it'll save it into the sdkconfig file. And so it did that. Now I hit escape to get out of it. I mean, to go backwards in the program. And I hit escape again, and it will close the menuconfig program and bring me back into the command prompt area. So at this point, I've set the target, I've run menuconfig. I can go ahead and flash the program, build and flash the program now. So idf.py port is COM3, and the baud rate is 115,200. And I'm going to do flash, and that will load the flash. That will build the program and flash it onto the chip. Again, I have to press the boot button at the right time, which I've shown a couple of times now on the last two videos. So anyway, let's get going. So I'm going to pause it here while it finishes building this. All right, now it's finished doing all this and wants to connect to the ESP32. I'm going to hold down the enable, and so now it's getting busy writing it. And when it's done, it will automatically boot and start. So when it does this, it will actually connect to my Wi-Fi. The ESP32 only has the 2.4 gigahertz antenna. So that's how it'll connect. So what I'm going to do is once it connects, I'm going to show two screens. What the monitor screen looks like, I'm just going to take a screenshot of that because it shows, again, it'll show my password as well. So I'll just take a screenshot and show that. And I'll show you a screenshot of what the admin screen on my Wi-Fi looks like to show how it appears. So here we are. I've run the idf.python monitor command and printed out. So you can look in detail at the information that it gives you, but the key points are that at the bottom, it shows you the IP address you've been assigned to. In this case, it's 192.168.0.13, and it shows you what SSID you connected to and what password you use. Now, this is stored in non-volatile memory, so that if this is rebooted, it's going to go ahead and reconnect with that SSID and password if it's available. Just to show that it's actually connected to something, I went into my Netgear router and looked at the attached client list, and I covered up a lot of the names of the other devices in my house that are connected and the MAC address associated with it, but I left how the Espressif ESP32 is shown, And so it comes up as Espressif for the name and the MAC address. Well, that's actually, if you look backwards to some of our earlier videos where we ran the Hello World program, it prints out what the MAC address is, and it's the same one. So the summary of this video, we were able to build, flash, and monitor a simple program to connect to a Wi-Fi router in station mode. Thank you for listening to this, and please follow Stone Tablet, me at stonetabletinnovations.com if you're interested in videos of this type.